So welcome. So let's talk about color in graphic design. Color theory workshop exploring the fundamentals of color in design. Color is a powerful tool in design, influencing emotion, perception, and the overall impact of visual composition. Okay, without color, everything's just going to be gray. Some animals are built by God not to see color. Okay, but we as human, we see color, we appreciate color, and that is why color is very important when it comes to visual composition. So understanding color theory can help you as a person or as a designer to combine color properly. Even as a fashion designer, to combine good material color to be able to design properly. So when it comes to color, you have to talk about the color wheel, you have to talk about color harmony, you have to talk about color psychology, and we're going to talk about color in branding. So first, we are going to talk about color wheel. So what is the color wheel? This is the color wheel. Let me shift this one to the left. Okay, this is the color wheel. It's a graphical representation of all colors working together. It's a way that you can select and pick color for you to actually combine them in a way that are suitable. Okay, have you ever wondered how artists combine colors? It is not magic. Okay, these are theories that have been put together for you to actually put colors together. Color will help you in combining colors so that you don't end up just picking colors anyhow. Okay, colors that work together are called color harmony. Okay, when colors work together, that means they are harmonizing together. So not all colors work together. Okay, so when it comes to color combination, there are few things you need to know. Okay, we have the complementary color. Okay, complementary colors are the ones here. They are the ones opposite the color wheel. Okay, we have this one here and we have this one here. They are opposite. And when you combine these two colors, they are going to work well in the design. Okay, so when you take the slider, for instance, this is Canva. Okay, this is Canva resources that we're using to learn about this color theory. So any color that is opposite in the color wheel, they work together. Okay, this is an example. Then we have the monochromatic. Okay, in the monochromatic, you have to understand that they are three shade tones and tints of one base color. Okay, for example, an orange color, if you add some shades to it, it's going to give you a darker shade of that orange color. And if you add some white or some tint, it's going to make that orange color lighter. So they are the shades and tone, the shades and tint of one base color. Okay, the base color are actually those basic colors that we know in design. Okay, they are the basic color. We have the RGB, the red, blue, and yellow. Then talking about the secondary color, I think I skipped somewhere there where they actually talked about this. You can actually go to this resources website. It's canva.com/color wheel. So we have the analogous color. These are colors that are side by side in the color wheel. Okay, if you take this to analogous color now, the slider is going to pick three colors that are side by side in the color wheel. Okay, so we have this one and they are going to work well in the design. Then we have the triadic. Triadic are those ones that are evenly spaced in a triangular form that are opposites. If you should draw a triangle like this, and like this, any color that is in that angle, it's going to combine well in a design. So let's take the triadic and you can see forming the triangle. Okay, all these are what they call the color theory. Okay, it's simply a theory that says these things they work. Okay, over time they've come to realize that it works. Okay, so we have the tetradic, kind of almost the same thing with the triadic, but this one is not four. They combine well. Okay, so with all this now, you can actually export this. Okay, you can actually export these palettes here and use them in your design in the future. You can save it as PDF. Okay, and use it. I believe you've taken either the Photoshop, I don't know which course you're taking right now, if it's the Photoshop class or the smartphone class. I know you already learned something about how to use the color picker to pick colors, so you can just save this as your PDF and just pick color, or you can take a screenshot if you're using your phone and just pick this color and use in your design. Okay, so we have the primary, secondary, and tertiary color. We have the primary color, which is RGB. These ones here, RGB, which is we have the red, green, and blue. Okay, red, green, and blue. I think I made an error while I said that the first time. Okay, then we have the secondary color. These are just normal basic things. I don't know anybody who need all these things, but it is good you know them. Okay, because when you combine some of all these colors, they just give you another color, another color. These are kind of basic color theory we're taught in primary school. Okay, so when it comes to warm color and cool color. Okay, this is very important. Okay, when you talk about cool color make your design to like they are cool, just the way it sounds. While warm color make your design vibrant. Okay, if you want to make a vibrant design, come to colors that are here. Okay, come to colors that are on this part. If you want your design to kind of feel cool, okay, depending on what the client is looking for or what you are going for in the design. If you're doing a youthful design, a design that has to do with youth, come to the vibrant because the youths are vibrant. Yellow, that's one of the reasons why I chose yellow in my brand, because I want to have that youthful energy, enthusiasm, and all of that. Okay, very soon we'll be talking about the meaning of colors, okay? But just for now, you should know this, okay? Whenever they say I want something that is vibrant, come to the warm color. Want something that is kind of cool, come to the cool color. Okay, when you talk about health, come here. You want trust, come here. But you want energy, come here. Okay, that's just how they work. Oh, we'll talk about color meaning very soon. So we'll talk about shades. Shades are kind of the darker tone of a color. We have the tint, the lighter shade of a color. Then the tone. The tone is kind of a mixture of both the light and the tone, and sometimes it just end up forming a different color on its own. For example, if you look at this, the tone is created by combining black and white. So sometimes when you combine black and white into a base color, it can end up just changing the color to something that we don't understand. But most times, it fades into gray. Okay, so we have hue, saturation, and luminance. Okay, the most important thing here is mainly how to combine color, and this is the basic thing. How to combine color, because that is one of the problems you'll be facing most times in design. So we have color meaning and color scheme. Okay, most times it is the meaning of these colors that will help you to make a better design choices. Okay, better design choices. So let's look at the meaning of color and symbolism. Each color you see has meaning. Okay, remember these are color theory. Theory are things that people have said concerning a particular color over the years, or on observation people have made over a particular color over the years, and it has become accepted. So theory are not laws. They are just ways people have observed a particular thing and they've put it down, and so many people agree with that theory. So it's not law. So you can either agree, for example, that yellow means enthusiasm or it means excitement. Somebody else can say it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't give him or her that feeling of excitement that it makes him sad. That's the person's opinion, and that's why they call it color theory. So there's no fast hard rule, but based on popular opinion, you have to follow this same rule, these same principles, because if you're designing for 100, if 100% are going to see your design and 80% believe that yellow gives them joy, then you should use yellow to make that design. So it doesn't matter if you just break out of these theories and they don't believe in it the way you see it or the way I see it. So color theory is just kind of a hanging principle. It's not the fast rule. For example, red and white means Valentine or probably Christmas. But if you come to Nigeria, you come to it can somehow symbolize traditional worshippers or occult. You're wearing white and red. Come on, people are going to think you're a ritualist or something. So color theory all based on the meaning of color based on either the tradition of the people, the belief of the people somehow affects color theory. So what I'm about to show you here, the meaning of color, you have to take it the way it is, but you can question. Nobody's forcing you to use any color in a particular design, but since you're designing for 100% and 80% believes in these things, well, I'm advised that you might just stick to that. So let's look at this one by one. Let's look at this color and their meaning. So let's open this in a new tab. So everything about the color amber. Okay, they call this amber. Well, me, I'll call it yellow. Okay, so what about the color amber? Amber is a bright, warm color that is midway between yellow and orange, or the other hex chart by the web designer and developed by the amber color. S code is blah blah blah. I believe you know what hex code already. Hex code is the representation of that number in the colorway. If I should take this now, copy it and paste it in the hex code of any program, it's going to give me the exact color of this. Okay, so what does the color amber mean? It is a warm and radiant color. Amber is associated with energy. Now you see, so if you want to design something that has to do with energy, youthful, vibrance, use it. Say its vibrance can promote feeling of happiness and inspire boldness. Okay, I'm using something yellow in my design because that's what I want to inspire. Boldness, and happiness. Okay, so in color psychology, amber is thought to symbolize and promote vitality, confidence, and safety. Okay, so when you are using this, somehow people may not actually know the meaning of color, but subconsciously over the years, that is the feeling they get. Okay, so when you show them a picture and the picture is kind of moody, they know this picture make them feel sad. Okay, but when you use a color like yellow to show them a picture, maybe somebody smiling with yellow background, gives them that excitement. So this is how the color meaning work. So we have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of color. Okay, this is from Canva too. Tons of color. So we have gold here, for instance. Let's just check gold out. Okay, gold, name after a precious metal, is the color of luxury, success, achievement, and triumph. Recently I made a brand design for a friend of mine, Jenny Luxury, and I used gold to portray it because while she was talking to me during the process, she said, I want something that kind of give the feeling of luxury. Okay, just the name alone, Jenny Luxury, you need something that is luxury. So I ended up using gold because that's the feeling we wanted to go for. Okay, say it's closely related to royalty, wealth, and of course money. You get it? So you use this color based on the meaning they are portraying. Okay, so that's color meaning. So you can always come here and just check on your own and just know why you're using a certain color. Now this, you will be able to choose color that will work well for a certain brand. Okay, and I believe that's what we'll be looking at next. We looked at color psychology, so you have to go and check many of those color psychology and what they mean before you use them, if they are aligning with the project that you are working on. Color psychology in branding. Now you see different companies use different colors and you wonder why are they using this specific color? Why are they using red? Why are they using orange? Why are they using blue? Why are they using green? Okay, there's a reason why. So most companies have come to realize that certain color promotes some certain feeling. Blue, which promotes trust. Green, will promote health. Yellow, will promote excitement and joy and happiness. Red, will promote what does red promote? Kind of confidence. Yes, boldness and all of that. Orange, which promotes something like enthusiasm and all of that. So companies carefully choose color because that is the feeling they want to portray. So logo and color, brand and identity. So before you create a logo for a brand or for yourself, you need to understand the meaning of this color. Look at companies that are already using some certain colors and why they are using it. For example, the Fortune 500 companies logo colors, one big trend, they only use this yellow, or they're using red, or they're using green. Somehow they use black, or they end up using orange. Okay, and end up somehow using purple. Okay, these are kind of the color they've chosen, the Fortune 500 companies. Okay, the reason is they want to promote some certain feeling. Okay, they want to promote some certain feeling. And if you should go back to our color meaning and go and check for the blue, you notice that this company are kind of portraying the feeling that they want the audience to have. Okay, so now let's look at color psychology and logo. For instance, he said it's impossible to talk about logo, color and branding and not mention color psychology. So there's no way you can start doing branding for a company or for yourself without actually looking at the meaning of the color you are using for them. Okay, so without that, researchers and marketers have picked up a pattern in human response to color, but none of these are watertight. One person might think of red as exciting, appealing color. The next person might associate it with blood and gore. So context and intended audience is essential. Okay, black can be stable and dependable on one context, or edgy or rugged in the next. You get it? So the factor like culture, gender, age mean different color are perceived in various way by different people. So color theory is not a hard fast rule, but the thing is, in order to stay on the safe side, you need to follow the trend. Okay, you need to follow the trend. If you go against the trend, you're going to lose in the market. Those of you that are in forex trading, you know what I'm talking about. So you have to follow the trend unless you lose. So certain companies use this trend, following the trend to their advantage. Okay, like MC Donald, whose logo is frequently seen in the crowded food court or drive-through destination on the road. In this situation, the bright yellow of the golden arc act as a serene call. Okay, so people use this color theory to their advantage. Instead of trying to fight what popular people already know, it's better you just blend with the crowd. Okay, that's what color theory is doing to us. But if you have the money to be able to educate your audience that black is good, well, so be it. Okay. So these are the color association and industry that they belong. Okay, white. Okay, so we have white associated with serenity, purity, cleanness, simplicity, hygiene, clarity, and peace. Industry that uses this white color are wellness, tech, and medicine. Okay, we have pink associated with nurturing, warmth, and softness. Industry that uses it is beauty, toy, and lingeries. Okay, if you're into all of this business, you can pick color. So we have red associated with activity, strength, excitement, and stimulation, considered up to date. Okay, it's good for retail and health. Imagine red for health. This is terrible, but some person use it for health. Okay, so we have associated. Okay, orange associated with excitement, liveliness, energy, and extroversion. Okay, it can be used for fitness, logistic, and tech. Okay, so we have yellow associated with optimism, extraversion, friendliness, happiness, and cheerfulness. Fitness is companies that uses it are fitness company, digital, and budget. Okay, imagine me who is an introvert using yellow because I want to promote this thing. Extraversion. It's funny, I know, but so you just have to portray what you want your audience to feel. Okay, so we have blue, which is linked with competence, intelligence, communication, trust, efficiency, duty, and logic. Companies that uses it are finance, health, tech, insurance. Then we have black associated with sophistication, glamour, power, tastefulness, dignity. Rather, is company that uses it are fashion, finance, automobile. Okay. Then we have purple, which is associated with luxury, authenticity, and quality. Company that uses it are luxury, tech, and design. Okay. We have brown, associated with ruggedness, seriousness, nature, and earthiness. It's a company that uses it at confectionery and coffee. Okay, you have green associated with nature, security, the outdoor. Company that uses it are eco-friendly, health, and outdoors. Okay, if you are in any of these companies and you're designing or branding for any of these companies, you should be able to pick colors that are associated with something related to the color meaning, so that you can at least be on the safe side, so that you don't end up trying to educate people when you can just blend it with the crowd and make your own part of the share from the crowd. Okay, so that is about color psychology. So let's look at these brands that are kind of killing into their color. Okay, color psychology. Okay, we have Apple here that are using this gray. Okay, why are they using this gray? Black, which symbolizes what? What did we say black symbolizes? Let's go back. Okay, said black symbolizes fashion, finance, and tech. Okay, gray is not here. Okay, white, wellness, tech. Okay, now we see tech here because people at Apple, they chose this color because they wanted to portray tech. Okay, this is the reason why. Okay, so we have Coca-Cola that spread happiness. They say happiness. Okay, now when you drink their drink, you're supposed to feel relieved and excited. Of course, that's what caffeine do to us when we drink Coke. They are not wrong anyway. So we have Google the same thing, want to portray this feeling of joy and using different colors, because by combining this color they are portraying this excitement all around. Okay, we have Nike that promotes confidence and boldness to be able to do things that you want to do, just do it, and all of that. They pick these color brands because they want to portray the same feeling. So you can see the simplicity of most companies. Okay, they are just using, in fact, Starbucks is even the worst, just green and white. Okay, just green and white. So learn how these big companies are doing the same thing to us. We have this Spotify, just 3 colors. Okay, not plenty. Then we have the way other people are using color. Okay, I picked up this screenshot from Instagram because they kind of portray the feeling that I believe most of you that are taking this course want. Maybe on your social media profile, you want this cohesive, look on your design. If you look at the marketing Harry page, for instance, you can just see the purple, you can see the orange, you can just see the constant gradient in his design. And if you look at God's Will, I learned design from him one time ago. You can see the yellow, black, and this brown kind of, okay, it's just there constantly. This is color in branding, so you don't have to be using different colors all the time. So we have this one, my favorite guy here, Sun Yi. He's just the black and white guy, black, white, and gray. Okay, it's almost following the pattern of Apple company of the gray colors from white to black. Kind of have the same thing. I really love his content. Then we have the Benji King here. Some of you may know him. Okay, he's one of the good Canva designer here in Nigeria. So you can see the blue combined with the purple. This wasn't his brand color initially. The brand color was gold. Then over time he evolved into using these gradient colors. Okay, and they are really nice. And this is something you really want in your design. You want this cohesive look on your Instagram feed. So you have to pick some certain colors. Pick like 3 colors, okay, and just stick to those 3. If you look at the slides that I've been presenting to you ever since, you notice 3 colors: gray, yellow, black, and white. Okay, 4 actually. Okay, because that is the brand. Those are my brand color, and that is the constant color I keep using in all of my work. Okay, so how do you apply this color theory in design? Okay, make sure that you're always creating contrast and legibility. Determine the mood and the emotion that you want to portray in the design so you can pick the appropriate color. Okay, always stick to the brand identity that reflects the brand's personality and the value that they hold. Okay, through appropriate color choices. Okay, and also let the color be accessible. Consider color blindness and accessibility guidelines when selecting color. But there are some colors people who are colorblind don't see some particular colors. Okay, when you know that the audience that these people are serving are likely to be colorblind. For instance, a company that is serving old people, you are choosing some certain colors that old people don't see, while especially colorblind ones, then you're going to be having issues. So when designing for a company that deals with old people, you should put that into consideration because it's going to really affect the company in the long run. So choosing color for brand. How do you choose color for brand? The first thing you need to do is to research. You remember the design process that we talked about on the first day? They come into play here when it comes to selecting color for brand too. You have to make research. What are the targeted audience? Who are the people they are trying to use? Okay, they are trying to reach. Okay, the brand identity and value. These people that you want to design for this company, what are their brand identity? What are their value? Okay, because the value, if they want to spread happiness, for instance, come on, yellow will be a good thing, orange will be a good thing. Okay, but if they just want to be techie, black and white can be good. So it depends on the brand identity and the value of the company. I've talked about the targeted audience analysis. Analyze the audience and what they want. Okay, if they say they are targeting the youth, go and run a analysis on the targeted audience and see the color that work well with youth. Okay, it's simply, these things aren't difficult. It's simply asking ChatGPT, please, youths from age this to this, which color is best for them. It's simple. It's just asking some basic questions and you get all these answers. Okay, so color psychology and emotions. Okay, ask the questions, what does this color represent? You can just figure that out. So color association and color, even if that color is good for that certain age, how about the culture of the people? Okay, please don't mind this spelling here, color and color, they are the same thing. One is British, one is America. Okay, so we have brand differentiation and competition. Okay, there are times where you are likely to take colors that other brands are already using and somehow may almost have the same mission and value that you're also going for. So you have to be careful to at least choose something that is different. It can be simply by shifting your color a little bit, the saturation, just by having a different hair code, so you don't have issue. So color sampling and testing. Always sample your color and test them. Make few designs and just see how they play out. Okay, brand consistency and adaptability. How are this color be able to adapt to new environment? Okay, and how can you keep it consistent? I show you some Instagram pages now. Those color help them to be consistent. Okay, in final selection and implementation, this is where you actually just use your color and start using it to design. So that is the conclusion. But before then, you have to understand that color plays a very huge role in design. Very big role. Because if you're not working with color, then you are thinking in black and white. That's what you're having on the screen right now. And that is, if that's the brand color that you want to use, that's good anyway. But most brands will not be using black and white. So you have to understand color psychology, color harmony, color and branding, selection, and how you select, and all of those things. Look at companies that are already in your niche that you want to go for, and look at the color that you can use also, so that you don't fall out of place. But despite all these color theories saying the same thing, you can actually break out of the mode. But sometimes it can be very risky to break out because it might be to your own detriment. So that brings us to the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.